Welcome back, folks. The Dow is up 149. You get the Nasdaq up 66. S&Ps are up 18. And, folks, we got a special guest today, Mr. Dick Zimmerman. Now, Dick, folks, okay, has, you know, since we're in the business market, okay, when you talk about the best trader in the world, well, we have the best portrait fine artist in the world right next to us. And you know, it's amazing. I met Dick about a month ago. And this man, okay, you know, has taken portraits, whether it's Lisa Presley, whether it's Michael Jackson, whether it's Paul Newman, Jane Fonda, all of the above. I can go on, but welcome, Dick. Really appreciate you coming here,
You're not a liar. We know that. You know? And listen, we us artists know nothing about these kind of figures, you know. Well, we're visual. You know?
You're absolutely visual. And folks, as you watch into Tiger TV, you're going to see we're looking at Marilyn Monroe right now. And if you're driving in your car, folks, okay, the website is dickzimmerman.com. You're going to see some outstanding pictures out here. You know, and when we talk art, and you talk the type of art that you do, were you a photographer first and an artist? Talk to me about how this works.
No. I started painting when I was 7.
Yes.
Okay. And then as I progressed through, actually my first career was an art director of magazines in New York. They called me the Wonder Boy.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
So then, of course, I was painting all through that period. And then I realized that my paintings were missing something. Okay. And in order to make them better, I had to learn photography.
Nice.
Because that's exactly what I painted.
Nice.
Right?
Yes.
So I had, you know, you copy the photograph exactly and you add your own flair to it, whatever. So I got into photography and got stuck for actually over 20 years. Yeah. And trying to get back to painting and trying to get back to painting and trying. Finally, I said, I got to just drop it. I became the top celebrity photographer in Los Angeles for like, I don't know, 20 years.
Well, when you go on your site, there's no doubt. There's not, I mean, you have everyone. You've done just about everyone. I mean,
yes, I mean, hundreds of celebrities. I mean, the top celebrities.
When you're, and folks, you know, when you're looking at a person and you're painting a person, right, how are you pulling their spirit out? I mean...
That's a great question, and that's actually one of the reasons I became a photographer for a while.
Yes.
Because I wanted to see when you're photographing celebrities, a celebrity, and don't take this the wrong way. Yeah. They're trying to get away from who they are, and that's why they become basically actors. Okay. You know, and so they want to get away from their identity. Now, as a photographer, I want to get them into their identity.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You know, totally the opposite.
To get them to feel themselves. Yeah.
Right. So as I was photographing them, I would not let them get away with putting on any kind of a different kind of a face. You know, I would get them tuned in, and I would let them know when they were being themselves. Right. You know, and they would get to know it because I never used a motor drive or anything like that. I always selected the shots that I wanted to get. And after a while, they would know, you know, the right ones. And when they had the correct look, they would know it, you know. Yeah. And I've been told many times that they told me that in one day, spending the day with me in a session, they learned more about themselves and also acting. They did in 10 years in acting class.
Well, you know what's so cool? I suspect that anytime that we actually feel ourselves, that's a different ballgame. Because you can get hung up on life, you can get hung up on doing a million different things, and then you get lost. You get lost in that whole deal. And it's like, who am I?
Yeah, I can understand. And that's where you have to really focus on who you really are. I mean, that's the whole key. That's the whole of knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself, you'll never know where you want to go, what your direction is, what you want to create. Sure. How can you?
Sure.
You know?
And so we're looking at Marilyn Monroe here. Like, can we talk about Marilyn for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Because what happens, folks, I actually saw this picture. This picture is incredible because Dick not only has an incredible eye and, you know, his art is extraordinary, but he put diamonds into this picture.
Okay, I didn't know you were going to actually mention that. Yeah, no, it's fine, totally fine. The only problem is you have to see them in person. You see, you can't really look at a photograph when it has diamonds all over because you actually can only really appreciate it when you move your head this way or that way a couple of inches,
I actually saw it, folks, and it's incredible.
You know, but yeah, I did 3 diamond divas. That's what they're called. of Marilyn, because she was always, in my opinion, the diva.
Right,
you know?
right, no doubt, and
Yeah.
and the very lasting one.
Yeah, and exactly, and I'm always sorry. People ask me questions. They always say, "Well, who was the celebrity that you would have liked to have photographed?"
Sure.
And it was always Marilyn. I never got, and I just missed. I was a generation away.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
exactly.
is
Yeah,
what
right.
is what it is. So these three really, I've been told they're really incredible and unique.
They're beautiful.
And each one has, I don't know, it's up in the area of about $50,000 to $60,000 of real diamonds.
Of real diamonds in it.
Yeah, yeah. I hate to put that number there, but it's probably a little more now, because they actually grow in value. Salvador Dali.
Yeah, we're looking at Salvador Dali, and this is an amazing story.
Well, basically, I was living in London. Those are I was in London for 6 years.
Yes.
And I finally got a call from them, actually I got a call from Gala, his wife, and asked me to come to Spain and do his 50th, create his 50th wedding portrait.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah, and so what happened was, because he's a trickster, he plays games, and I have stories I can tell you forever about things that he put me through, you know.
Okay.
But fun things, you know. And so basically, I went for one day to do this portrait, and he ignored me. He ignored the fact of why I was there. This is his game.
Wow.
You know, and
thank God you're a lot younger then.
Yeah. Thanks.
No, but you know what I mean? You can take a lot more, right?
But
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I understand. But what was great about it was he kept me there for 5 days.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
and I just hung out with Salvador Dali, who's my idol.
Oh, he's
I mean,
amazing.
Yeah, it was just an amazing time for me. You know, people want me to write a book on it, and I've got incredible photographs, candid photographs of Dali, because he was a guy who you can never really shoot candid photographs of him. He liked to do his shtick, you know, his act with his cane.
And his mustache, and he's got those eyes are amazing.
Yeah. But I got to sit down with him and talk about life. We sat down in his alcove every day for a couple of hours at least. And I got to talk about life. I got to sit in his studio and watch him paint.
Wow.
You know, and
amazing.
Are you kidding? Unbelievable. I'll tell you a quick story. No, I don't think anybody knows this.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting in his studio, I'm watching him paint, and then I hear, it's kind of a stadium seating studio, and I hear these grunts, these noises, and he keeps sort of reflecting towards the sound, and I don't know what's going on. And I finally turn around, and I see Gala, his wife, sitting in the last seat, and she's actually directing him on what she likes or what she doesn't like.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So
wow.
And he knew every grunt, what it meant, every little sound that she made. He knew. Okay, it was this, or maybe I shouldn't do that. And it was unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't actually believe this was happening.
So cool. Stay right there, folks. Dick and I are coming right back. Now, Dick's website, folks, is dickzimmerman.com. We're going to be coming back. We're going to be talking Michael Jackson when we come back. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Welcome back, folks. Dick Zimmerman, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And, folks, Dick's site, it's dickzimmerman.com. His phone number is 800-781-8227. If you want to get an extraordinary piece of art, fine art, of someone that you love, one of the famous celebrities, bottom line, call him up. We're looking at Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's Thriller, yes, I created it back in 1982, okay? Now, what I find interesting about this is that, you know, the label contacted me, Michael contacted me, about doing the photograph. Okay. But there was no title. There was no title called Thriller.
Right. That was an incredible album too, man.
Yeah,
that was just amazing.
It's the largest selling album still in history.
Is it? Okay.
And it's also the most distributed photograph in history.
Right.
Okay. So basically, he came in, and we were just going to do a photo session for the day, and it was going to be the cover of the Thriller album.
Yes.
But the fact that they didn't have a concept, they said, Dick, you know, just shoot pictures of them.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what we did, and we shot pictures all day. But
it's a great picture, man.
Thank you. But when it came out, when the album came out, they started to do these videos, the graveyard and the zombies and all that stuff. So the photograph, in a sense, didn't relate to what they had contributed with the video. And so then, of course, all these years, I've always wanted to do something that would make it a little more, you know, related to the video. So,
and now the next one we're looking at, Michael has a spider on him too, right?
Well, it's a little more than that.
Okay. There we go.
It's kind of a... There's a kind of a creature in the back.
Yes.
You know. But here's the thing. This is a painting now. You know.
Okay.
Of course, the Thriller album, that was a photograph.
I get it.
So what I've decided now to do is every 5 years, I want to paint a new Thriller.
Nice.
And each one is going to probably be totally different.
Right.
And relate to some way a little bit differently. Or maybe even closer. It might even, the next one might even be abstract. I don't really know. This is sort of realistic, impressionistic.
Particularly the back, right?
Yeah. So I put this creature back there, and I put this tarantula on his shoulder, which I got to tell you, I actually did that as a therapeutic situation for me, because I totally am frightened of spiders. I hate spiders. You know. And so in order to paint that on his shoulder, I actually had to find a spider somewhere on the internet, print it, cut it out, put it above the shoulder area so I could sit really close and follow it and paint it.
Yes.
But I had to confront the spider like right in front of my face for a few hours, you know.
Right.
But you know what? It didn't handle it for me.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I'm still petrified of spiders.
You know, and so, and what you captured here, of course, is that, you know, Michael, his looks changed, you know, right after this, okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, I've seen some other pictures that you've done. In fact, you have one with like 5 different pictures of him, which is really cool.
When he died, I did a montage of the 3 times that I worked with Michael.
Okay.
I actually worked with him 8 times in over a 15-year period. But actually, we did 3 photo sessions together.
Yes.
We did the Thriller album. He contacted me when he married Lisa Marie Presley. And so I did the exclusive wedding portraits.
Wow.
At that time. And also, Steven Spielberg contacted me to do the E.T. album, which Michael actually narrated at that time.
Right.
So I did the montage, which I think is up there. It's along with the Thriller up top there, and it's basically taking these three photo sessions and creating a montage, a painting. Actually.
Yes,
it's a painting, and there it is. Right.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. So the one, of course, in the center is a Thriller, which you know. The one all the way on the left is when Michael married Lisa Marie. And you can see her eyes down at the bottom there. And I kind of separated them.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, in the right-hand corner, folks, if you're driving in your car. This is so cool. You got to go to dickzimmerman.com and just go to purchase, and you're going to see these pictures.
Yeah. So I separated them at the time because that marriage was kind of disintegrating at that time.
I see. Okay.
And what's unique now, which I think you might be interested in, is up the upper right-hand corner where he's holding this tube.
Yes.
Was an outtake from the Thriller session.
Okay.
Which they didn't use. They decided to use the white. The white suit, and all the way there you can see the E.T., and that's from the narration of the E.T. album. And by the way,
E.T. is such a cool looking character, isn't he?
Well, let me tell you something. When I went to do the cover of Michael and E.T., they actually picked me up at my studio and they blindfolded me.
Wow!
And
I love it.
And they took me into the Valley in L.A. I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
But Spielberg requested that I do not know where I'm going because at that time he had the E.T., the one that was used in the movie.
Yes.
And it was kind of a hush-hush situation. He didn't want anybody to know where it was.
It was so unique, right?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I went into this warehouse that was 2 football fields in size. and in the middle of this room is this E.T. sitting there from the waist up on a podium. Coming from its back, out its back, was at least 500 cables spread all over the room. And each cable had a little turn, you know, a little. And so Spielberg had to be there, and he had all his guys turning it so the expression of E.T. looked very intellectual.
Unreal.
And he wouldn't settle for less. Every little thing, the eyebrow raise or this or that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and that's what happened there.
I want to.
By the way, the white suit is mine.
Is it?
Yeah. Michael could not. We brought in tons of clothes. He could not find anything he liked. I was wearing my white suit.
Okay.
And he said, "Do you have anything like that?"
That's a great white suit, man.
Yeah. I said, "Do you have anything like that?" And he said, "I said no." I said, "But we're about the same height. We were about the same height."
Yeah.
And so I gave him my suit, you know, and I took some of the clothes to wear, of course.
Sure.
You know. But the thing is, the interesting thing is that Michael actually wanted the suit later on, but he was too shy to ask me for it because he wanted it for his display in
Netherlands?
In Cleveland, the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
There's a display.
Oh, totally. That would make sense. Right.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, whatever. And so he hired his attorney to get Sotheby's to find out if I wanted to auction it off.
What?
You know,
and
I wasn't ready to auction it off, but I was. The house that I was living in had so many ways to break in, and I used to go out of town a lot, and I didn't want to leave my wife alone, especially now that the suit is getting publicity.
Sure.
And I had it in a plastic case hanging on my wall, and I said, you know what, maybe I'd better get rid of it for the safety of my wife, you know. So I went along with it, and I'm not going to tell you how much I got. It was a pretty good price, but I wish I had it nowadays.
That is so cool.
Because now we're looking at a couple of $1 million for this thing.
No doubt.
Yeah, but you know, I did what I did.
It's awesome. You stay right there, folks. Dick and I are going to be coming back, and I want to talk about Jimi Hendrix. I see a picture here of Jimi Hendrix, and you know it's so sad because there are so many great people that died so young. And I know we were just looking at another picture that you sent over, and we'll talk about that. 27 years old, man, so young, right?
It's amazing. I mean,
it is.
It's just drugs.
Stay right there, folks. Dick and I are coming right back. Welcome back, folks. Dick Zimmerman, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Folks, Dick's website is dickzimmerman.com. His phone number is 800-781-8227. And we're looking at a picture right now of Margot Hemingway.
Yeah.
Gorgeous picture, by the way.
Well, it's it's an interesting but a very sad story, okay? So basically, you know, she did a film, I remember it was called Lipstick, you know, she did it with her sister many years ago. It did pretty well, you know, but then she, you know, she was a top model, and then she went into, she wants to be an actress like her sister.
Yeah.
Okay, the big problem that she had was she had this lisp. Okay, and if any of you guys, you know what LA is like, you know, if you have one little quirk that doesn't quite work for them, you can't get a part. She couldn't get a part.
I see.
That was a real problem for her. So I got to know her, and one day she came over and she says, Dick, and I hate to say this, but, you know, she had this name.
Sure.
She says, Dick, can you do me a favor? She said, I don't have any money to pay you.
Okay.
And I said, don't worry about it, Margot. Just come over. We'll play around. We'll shoot pictures, you know. Anyway, the sad story about this was that this painting that I did came from the last photo session that she ever had before she sadly committed suicide.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the media again. You know, I've said this a dozen times. The media just they don't care.
Oh, they take people apart, man. Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
And you know, obviously it caused her to do drugs, which is again the worst thing. You know.
Right.
And I just completed this painting called the 27 Club.
Yes.
Okay, and it's going to be displayed down in my gallery in Key West at the end of the month, called FanFest. And It's not posted on my website yet.
And we will get that picture up even on our site, folks, because I have the picture. Yeah.
But it's composed, and again, sadly, it's called the 27 Club because there's 6 iconic entertainers, singers that actually died at 27 years old. Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, Brian Jones. Maybe I missed one. I don't know if I did 6 there, but there was 6. And believe it or not, they mostly died from drugs, except I think one of them committed suicide. I think it was Cobain.
It's amazing that they got so much done, and they're so... the creativity, and they're only 27. I've always thought that too. I'm saying to myself, oh, it's almost dangerous to get too much done. You know, no, I'm just, you know, it's like, man, what is that all about?
Yeah, did I say Jimi Hendrix? Because
that would be it.
That was the one I missed. And there's a painting I did.
Great painting, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. This is one of my rock series that I've done for the gallery down in Key West. It's called Rock Lives On. And I'm there a contributing painter.
Well, that's nice. So for all you folks up north, when you're coming down south this winter, you know, Key West, Dick has another studio right in Tampa, right?
Yeah, it's in Tampa.
Okay.
But the main studios down there, I'm represented by actually 3 studios down there. Millionaire Gallery, Weiland Gallery.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Which I'm collaborating. I've done 6 collaborations with the famous Weiland.
Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah, very cool. A great guy.
Yeah,
really great guy. And then the Rock Lives On Gallery, which I do all these rock people for.
Well, listen, man, really appreciate you coming by. Yeah. It's always a pleasure. Your art is extraordinary. It's DickZimmerman.com, folks. His phone number is 800-781-8227. Check it out. And just amazing paintings, man.
I appreciate it. I love being here. Thanks.
Absolutely, brother. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you have focus on grows, and whatever you want in life. Visualize it, step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it, baby.
I'm bringing back the 60s.
I like it, man. It's a beautiful thing. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with some numbers in the next hour.